Every morning at the Coffee Brigade begins with our volunteer van teams arriving at the headquarters at 6 a.m. They start with stocking the van with the day's sandwiches, snacks and fruit, and making up the coffee. We provide nutrition and connection every day of the year for anyone in need. The Coffee Brigade's core values are dignity, compassion, equity, connection, respect and inclusion. At 6:20 a.m, the van leaves for our first location, Kemp Place, Ivory Street, Fortitude Valley. The Coffee Brigade is a Brisbane-based not-for-profit charity who, for the last 52 years, has advocated for and provided meals, connection and coffee to those in need. The Coffee Brigade receives no government financial support, and we are totally reliant upon a wonderful group of philanthropists, grants and donations from the general public to fund our activities. The Coffee Brigade was started by the late Louisa Toogood back in 1970. When she came across a homeless man outside her church one evening, she realised that she had to do something more to help those less fortunate. She started packing her little Morris Minor with an urn full of coffee and a packet of biscuits, and drove the streets of Brisbane in the early hours of the morning to find and provide to the homeless. She soon became known as Mum or the Coffee Lady, and the service grew from there. The van, after just a short 5-minute drive, arrives at stop 1, where the team set up their tables and start serving and connecting with our friends on the street.
My name is Alex, and I've been with the Coffee Brigade for approximately 18 months. The Coffee Brigade means to me an expression of love. It's a pretty special way to have a human connection with people that need it. It's been great to get to know them and actually build a bit of rapport and get to know their names and what they like. Almost like a mobile cafe, and that thing where they don't have to ask. There's a few guys I remember what they drink, and it's just nice to make someone feel valued in that way, I guess, as well. Yeah.
My name is Harry Callaghan, and I've been with the service since 1998. The Coffee Brigade, the people are good, and they don't penalise or nothing, 9 times out of 10, the service is really good. That helps me because I can get up early and I get my exercise, good cup of coffee, a couple of sandwiches. The people, they're just wonderful. They care about you. They're not, they have your arm, and you just feel good, everyone knows you. Well, they know me anyway.
When everyone has had their food and coffee, we pack up and move on to our next location, Annie Street at Kangaroo Point. Another short drive away over the Story Bridge this time, we arrive at our second stop at 7 a.m.
Well, I've been coming since about 1983, I think, or 84, something like that. What does it mean to me? Well, this is my daily sustenance, my regular meals. It's sort of like the first stop in the morning, the beginning of my day, or well, nearly the beginning of my day. Getting out of bed is the beginning of my day, and it's quite a friendly stop, so it's sort of like a very nice social little circle.
After some coffee and lots of connection and laughs, the team pack up and move to our third and at times busiest stop, Wickham Park, Spring Hill. This location can be a hotspot for those in need, as its location is shared by a few other service providers.
Hi, my name's Delma. I retired a couple of years ago at the beginning of the pandemic, and I was looking for something useful to do, so I came along here to the Coffee Brigade. I'm now also the Secretary of the Management Committee. So something happened a couple of weeks ago that I don't think I'm ever going to forget. There's an older lady that comes along and she's always chirpy and happy, and this day she just wasn't herself and she spilled her coffee and she sat down on the bitumen and cried. And I just went over and kneeled down beside her and put my arm around her shoulders, and she turned into my chest and gave me a very long hug. She just needed somebody to be there that day. The Coffee Brigade is more to me than just coming out and handing out sandwiches and coffee. It's about a great team that come in here and give up their own time, that want to make a difference for other people. And it's not a huge difference that we make. For some people it's just, I really need a coffee this morning. For other people, it's giving them a smile. And one old guy from Cairns once, he was just down to visit and he happened to camp in the park because camping is what he likes to do. And he came over for a coffee and he just said, "You've made my day." And that makes the morning worthwhile.
After getting through the lineup of friends, we've packed up again and headed for our last stop of the morning.
Hi, my name's Peter Edwards. I'm a local to the CBD. I'm an architect and I've been volunteering with the Coffee Brigade since 2018. I love seeing our friends out and about, not just when I'm on the van, but because I live in the area. I walk past people, smile, say hello, know their name, they know who I am. That connection that you get is invaluable. I love that about the Coffee Brigade. The people are so grateful, so thankful. Our friends really appreciate what we do. And I think the routine of having it every day, very reliable, very regular, makes it worth coming back for me as well. The Coffee Brigade for me is all about connection. It's all about being a good neighbour, all about meeting people where they're at, about not having us and them, but about having one people together, one community. And I really love the way that happens as we share food, as we share drink, as we share a common humanity.
A short while later, we arrive at our final location for the day, Riverside Drive, West End. Another Riverside location with a resident possum friend.
They call me Doc. I probably don't even remember my actual name. And I've been on the streets since about 2018. What it means to me is actually okay. Firstly, it's material support. I get my milk and I get my fruit, and I have a cup of tea. More importantly, is the sense of belonging. It's the fact that volleys do know you. It's beautiful when someone says, "You're two sugars, aren't you?" Know you exist. When I had everything in life, people on the streets were largely invisible unless I tripped over them. Now I see them. I see those with mental health. I see those with drug and alcohol. I see those who just simply can no longer afford rent. So it's that sense of being recognised, not being invisible, of actually mattering. What the Coffee Brigade means to me, to all of us, is it's a place where we gather. It's that sense of community, it's that sense of family. Otherwise, we're just sort of scattered. If this service didn't exist, we don't have that. And look, quite frankly, the view. What a place to gather.
With the coffee urn nearing empty and all our friends fed for the morning, we head back to headquarters for the clean-up and restocking of the van. Ready for another big day tomorrow.